Good evening, and welcome to our special coverage of the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. Tonight, we bring you a detailed account of the recent clashes between Ukrainian forces and Russian occupiers, focusing on the fierce fighting in the Kharkiv region and along the Seversky-Donetsk-Donbass Canal. Our top story: an attempted assault by Russian troops to gain control over Ukrainian positions has once again ended in failure, thanks to the vigilant efforts of the 24th Mechanized Brigade and their advanced drone technology. The incident unfolded when a Russian assault group attempted to cross the Seversky-Donetsk-Donbass Canal with the goal of attacking Ukrainian positions. However, unbeknownst to the Russians, Ukrainian surveillance drones were closely monitoring their every move. The footage we obtained shows the Russian soldiers being unwounded by initial strikes from FPV drones and airdrops. Attempting to deceive the Ukrainian forces, they pretended to be injured, but it was a ruse. When the Russians tried to retreat back across the canal, the Ukrainian drone team sprang into action. Using hunter drones, they quickly stopped the Russian advance, neutralizing the threat. This successful defense demonstrates not only the effectiveness of Ukraine's drone capabilities, but also their readiness to repel any assault. Meanwhile, in another sector, 3 Russian soldiers advancing toward Ukrainian positions came under mortar fire. Though the initial barrage did not stop their advance, the Ukrainian forces responded by launching an FPV kamikaze drone, which successfully hit its target and halted the movement of the Russian soldiers. What we're seeing here is a highly coordinated use of unmanned aerial systems by the Ukrainian forces. The FPV, or first-person view drones, allow for precise targeting, and the hunter drones provide added versatility to halt enemy movement quickly. This operation highlights how Ukraine's military has adapted to using modern technology to defend against larger Russian forces. In the broader context of these clashes, we've seen significant success for Ukrainian forces using loitering munitions, commonly known as suicide drones. One particularly dramatic video shows the destruction of a Buk M3 air defense system by a Switchblade 600 loitering munition. 2 precise strikes were enough to completely obliterate the system. This is yet another example of how Ukraine's evolving drone warfare tactics are proving decisive on the battlefield. The Switchblade 600 is a game-changer, offering loitering capability to hover over targets until the perfect moment to strike. By taking out critical air defense systems, Ukraine is weakening Russia's ability to defend its assets from aerial attacks. In addition to the destruction of the Buk M3, the Ukrainian Stryker drone team continued their onslaught, eliminating 3 tanks, 11 armored fighting vehicles, and 3 more air defense systems. The 24th Mechanized Brigade's defensive operations didn't stop there. They also destroyed a 2S9 Nona S self-propelled gun, a Russian tank, and several other vehicles during the same engagement. This was part of a larger Russian assault in the Kharkiv region, where they advanced with a tank and 2 BMP infantry fighting vehicles. The Kharkiv engagement was an essential battlefront, and Ukraine's ability to repel this assault speaks volumes about their preparedness and accuracy in the field. We saw the Russians attempt to move forward with significant armor, but precision strikes and defensive maneuvers stopped them cold. Ukraine's integration of armored defenses, combined with targeted drone strikes, dismantled the Russian convoy and prevented any territorial gain. The dismantling of the Russian convoy in an open area was a controlled and deliberate action by Ukrainian forces. They inflicted significant damage, forcing the Russians to retreat. Beyond this isolated clash, Ukraine's counterattacks continue to yield significant results, with the elimination of several key pieces of Russian military hardware. The destruction of tanks and armored fighting vehicles further weakens Russia's ability to sustain its offensive momentum. In one particularly striking moment, a Russian BMP, which had just parked under the cover of a tree line, was specifically targeted and destroyed by the Ukrainian forces. This level of precision in the field underscores Ukraine's continued resilience and ingenuity, countering Russian advances with a mix of modern drone technology, ground-based firepower, and strategic coordination. That's all for tonight's special report. We'll continue to bring you in-depth coverage as these events unfold. Stay tuned for more updates as Ukraine's defense holds strong against the ongoing Russian invasion.